Good evening to what I hope is the second evening of our 12 nights of Yule. Tonight is probably my favourite night, and I may say that a few times during the next 12 nights, but as a dedicated follower of Starholder for well over a decade now, and Woden being her consort, there is a connection to the Wild Hunt. I have ran with them in the Wild Hunt many a times. I have a deep love for the Wild Hunt, and I'm very excited that I get to talk you all through a very fun journey through the Wild Hunt this evening. Get comfy, and we shall begin. Close your eyes and take a deep, steadying breath. All the way down, feel it fill your stomach. The cold air of the season surround you, sharp and invigorating, carrying the faint smell of pine, snow, and distant smoke. With each exhale, let the weight of the mundane world fall away. You are stepping into a space beyond time, a sacred threshold where the unseen and the eternal meet. As your breathing deepens and the world around you begins to shift, in the distance, through winter's twilight, you see a flicker of firelight. It draws you closer. Each step crunching through the frost-laden ground, step after step after step, brings you closer to the mead hall. Its wooden beams strong and weathered, its roofing rising high against the star-strewn sky. The glow of the hearth spills through the seams, a beacon of warmth and welcome in the cold expanse. The great oaken doors stand tall before you. You recognise the runes and ancient symbols still carved into them, although have they changed ever so slightly? You reach out, feeling the warm grain of wood under your hand. As you push gently, the doors creak open and a wave of warmth greets you, wrapping around you like a long-lost friend. Stepping across the threshold and entering the hall, you once again get to experience the air that feels almost alive in this space, filled with the scent of spiced mead, evergreens, and the rich tang of burning wood. A roaring fire crackles in the central hearth, its light dancing along the walls. The timbers glow golden in the firework. A hall that holds all of the stories of many winters, many lives, and many journeys, and our spiritual home for the 12 enchanted nights of Yule. Feel the timbers beneath your feet, grounding you solid. Listen to the soft hum of the unseen voices, the whispers of echoes through the hall. These, again, are not voices of strangers. They are the voices of ancestors, spirits and guides, gathered once more to bear witness to your journey. You are held here, supported by this space and in this timeless energy. Once again, at the far end of the hall, the long wooden table that stretches out holds upon it a cup of mead. As you approach the table, you feel the warmth radiating towards you. This cup is a gift, a blessing, an offering from the hall itself. Is the cup the same as yesterday's cup, I wonder? You lift the cup with reverence, feeling the smoothness against your palms. The mead is sweet and rich as you drink it, its warmth spreading through your chest and igniting a light within you. This is the light you will carry into your journey this evening, a spark that will guide you through the dark and eliminate your threads of weird awaiting your touch. Place the cup gently back on the table, its blessing now within you. Take a moment to feel the energy of the hall, its presence strong yet gentle. Here the paths are many, and each step is a step deeper into your journey. When you are ready, it is time to start our journey for the night. Allow the great oaken doors to softly close behind you. But remember, the hall remains with you, its warmth and wisdom ever present. Take a few deep breaths and feel the light of the hearth within you. Step forward now, ready to begin. The journey awaits. It is cold as you step outside. Thankfully, the warmth of the mead hall lingers on in your heart and belly. Now that the great oaken doors are closed behind you, the world around you feels very still and quiet. A sharp winter breeze brushes past your face, carrying that familiar scent of pine, frost, and distant smoke. Overhead, the stars scattered across a blue velvet sky, their light forming passions, ancient and familiar. Tonight, you feel their pull more keenly than ever, as if they are calling you to step further into the unknown. Ahead, the forest rises like a dark silhouette against the horizon, its shadowy depths alive with possibility. Take a steadying breath and begin your walk, step after step after step. Trust your feet, and they will find a narrow path that leads into the trees. Enjoy the sound of the snow and ice crunching as you take step after step after step. The air grows colder as you step deeper and deeper into the forest. But the energy surrounding you is vibrant and alive. Inside you, you still carry the warmth from the hall. Each breath you take fills your lungs with the earthy scent of damp leaves and pine needles, grounding you into this sacred space with every step. This path feels ancient, as though it has been walked by countless souls over countless decades and centuries, all long before you. You notice how the trees arch high above, and their branches forming a protective canopy. Moonlight filters through the gaps, casting silvery patterns dancing across the forest floor. The deeper you go, the quieter the world becomes. It's almost as if the forest itself is holding its breath in anticipation of what lies ahead. In the distance, you hear the faintest sound of hooves against the earth, a rhythmic pulse that grows louder and louder with every step. The air around you begins to shift, charged with an energy that prickles across your skin. And then you hear it. A low howl echoes through the trees, carried by the wind. You have no idea how far away that howl came from, and your heart quickens. Ahead, the path begins to open into a wide clearing bathed in silvery light, and your pace quickens. You want to get to the safe space of the silvery light. Frost sparkles on the ground like scattered stars around you, and the air is alive with a hum that resonates deep inside you as we rush to the clearing. At the centre of the clearing, a figure stands tall and commanding. Odin, the Allfather, waits astride his 8-legged steed. His presence is magnetic, drawing your gaze with his wisdom. His single eye glows with a light that seems to pierce through the veil of time itself, seeing into the depths of all that was, all that is, and all that ever will be. With your quickened pulse and raised adrenaline, you seem to take everything in all at once. Around him, spectral hounds circle, their forms flickering like mist caught in the moonlight. And you know, deep in your gut, that here the wild hunt is gathering. The energy is electric with purpose. Odin's gaze meets yours, steady and knowing. He raises his hand, beckoning you forward. You dare not ignore his request. As you step closer, the weight of his presence settles over you, grounding you while stirring a deep courage within. If Odin has called you forward, he trusts that you are a perfect addition to his wild hunt. He motions for you to join him, and you climb onto his steed's broad back. The wild hunt begins to stir. The hounds begin to howl a little bit more, the energy building like the first gusts of a rising storm. And with seemingly no sign at all from Odin himself, and with a sudden rush, the clearing erupts into motion. The thunder of hooves shakes the grounds as the wild hunt takes flight, their spectral forms streaking through the night like shooting stars. The wind roars past you, cold and sharp, but so exhilarating. The world around you begins to shift and blur, the boundaries of reality softening until you are no longer bound by time and place. You have no idea where you are or where you are going, but here you have trust that you are going to the right place. The stars above you streak across the sky, their light guiding the hunt forward into realms unseen. The landscape below changes with every hoofbeat. Dense forests melt into rolling moors, grasses rippling in the starlight, jaded cliffs rise from swirling mists, edges sharp against the endless night sky. The hunt seemingly moves as one, and yet nothing is in charge as such. A force of nature untamed and unstoppable. The howls of the spectral hounds echo around you, their voices a wild symphony that vibrates deep within your bones, awakening memories of ancestors past. You are not the first in your bloods to hear the hounds of the wild hunt. Here, beyond the veil, the unseen becomes visible. The threads of the weird shimmer faintly in the darkness, connecting all that is and all that ever will be. Odin's voice carries on the wind, steady and clear. Trust the path, he says, even when you cannot see the end. Trust the unseen forces that guide you. They have always been with you, and you have made it this far. Allow the truth of his words to resonate deeply with you. He's right. You have made it this far. You have got through every bad day and disaster and awfulness. And here you are. Around you, the spirits of the wild hunt move with purpose once more, the energy fierce yet protective. You sense their role as guardians of balance, their presence both chaotic and deeply sacred. The protective energy of this hunt surrounds you, a shield that holds you safe as you ride through this liminal space. If you are truly safe and protected, travelling across the veil, where do you allow your mind to wander? How strong do you feel in this moment? What protection do you need in your life? What boundaries are you not setting? What unseen forces are guiding you? And why do you not trust them yet? Why do you make them wait? Open your heart to the wisdom of the hunt and ask Odin for guidance. His answers may come as words, as images in your mind, or as feelings that settle deeply in your soul. Let the wisdom of the hunt in this safe, liminal space flow into you. As the hunt continues, notice the sensations around you. Hear the pounding of the hooves against the earth, the wild howls of the hounds and the roaring winds. Feel the steady presence of the steed beneath you, his movement strong and sure. This is a journey of trust, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, you are guided and protected. Slowly, the rhythm of the hunt begins to ease. The galloping hooves quiet, the howls soften, and the landscape around you begins to still. You find yourself back at the clearing, the edge where your journey began. The wild hunt gathers one last time, their forms glowing faintly in the starlight. And Odin turns to you, his gaze filled with quiet intensity. He nods, a gesture of respect and acknowledgement, and you feel gratitude swell within you. As you dismount, bow your head in reverence and thanks. The spectral hounds circle briefly, their presence oddly comforting, before they dissolve into the shadows completely. The clearing itself begins to fade, the frost melting away as the forest reclaims the stillness. And as you turn to catch the last glimpse, the path back to the mead hall emerges before you, lined with trees that seem to hum softly, as though the forest itself carries the echoes of the hunt. Take your time walking back along the path. Notice the sounds of your steps on the frost-covered grass, the soft rustling of the leaves, and the cool night air brushing against your skin. Feel the earth beneath your feet, solid and grounding. Each step brings you closer to the threshold of your own world. You can still feel the energy of the wild hunt humming within you, electricity dancing along the edges of your skin. The great oaken doors of the mead hall appear, standing tall, welcoming, a sight for sore eyes almost. You pause for a moment, turning back to look at the forest one last time, carrying gratitude in your heart for the journey you have just experienced. When you are ready, step back over the threshold into the mead hall, feeling the warmth of the hall surround you once again. As you walk over that threshold, let your breath deepen as you begin to return to your body. Feel the surface beneath you, the weight of your limbs, and the steady rhythm of your own breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes, allowing their movement to anchor you further into the present moment. But take your time, there is no rush. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes. Let the gaze settle on the space around you, the familiar sights grounding you fully back into the present. But now you are back in the mundane, the energy of the wild hunt still remains within you, a reminder of the protection and the trust that guide your path. There are unseen forces that are desperate to help you in this moment. You just have to trust. Carry this wisdom forward into the winter solstice and beyond, and know that the wild hunt and Odin are always around to ask questions of, even if we cannot always travel with them. Solstice blessings for those who are celebrating it tonight, and I will see you tomorrow.